When you think of classical education, you might picture Latin, logic, and big stacks of old books. And honestly, that's not too far off. Classical homeschooling is one of the most time-tested approaches, and it has shaped the way many families think about education. But is it the right fit for your homeschool? Let's break it down. Hi, I'm Erica, homeschool mom of 3, former special education teacher, and founder of a thriving homeschool hybrid center. Over the next several weeks, I'm walking through the most common homeschool styles, one by one, so you can figure out which approach works best for your family. Today, we're looking at classical homeschooling. Let's dive in. Classical homeschooling. The classical style is rooted in a very old model of education that focuses on 3 stages of learning, called the trivium. The first stage is the grammar stage, which is roughly for ages 5 to 9. In this stage, kids focus on memorization, vocabulary, facts, and building a foundation of knowledge. The logic stage is next and is roughly for ages 10 to 13. In this stage, kids start to analyze, ask questions, and understand the why behind things. Finally, there's the rhetoric stage, which is for ages 14 plus. In this stage, teens learn to express themselves, debate, persuade, and communicate their ideas clearly. In practice, this style of homeschooling might look like memorizing poetry, Latin, or historical facts in the early years, progressing to analyzing literature or writing essays in middle school, and by high school, developing strong writing and speaking skills through debate, essays, and persuasive arguments. Classical families often read lots of classic literature and poetry and use structured curriculum from publishers like Memoria Press or The Well-Trained Mind. Many also participate in a classical conversations co-op, where kids meet weekly with peers to practice memory work, presentations, and discussions while parents get support and community. Another hallmark of this style is the 4-year history cycle, where students move through all of human history over 4 years, and then repeat the cycle at a deeper level as they grow older. The cycle usually looks like this: ancient history, Egypt, Greece, Rome, and early civilizations. Medieval history, the Middle Ages, Renaissance, and early exploration. Early modern history, the 1600s through the 1800s, including revolutions and nation building. Modern history, the 20th century to the present day. So in elementary school, your child might learn a broad overview of ancient through modern history in 4 years. Then in middle school, they start the cycle again, this time with more detail, deeper reading, and critical thinking. By high school, they're revisiting these same time periods, but now they're analyzing original sources, writing essays, and engaging in debate. This spiral approach helps kids build on what they've already learned, so that history feels like a connected story instead of a random list of facts. And because classical education emphasizes great books, logic, and rhetoric, families often weave together subjects like literature, history, philosophy, and writing into one cohesive whole. The pros of this style are that it builds a strong academic foundation and sharp thinking skills. It has a clear progression that grows with your child, and there are lots of curriculum choices that lay out exactly what to do. The cons are that it can feel rigid or overly advanced, especially in the early years. The heavy memorization may not work for every learning style, and sometimes it's overwhelming to implement without support or community. You might love this style if you value rigorous academics and intellectual depth. You want your kids to become strong writers and thinkers, or you appreciate structure and a proven, time-tested model. This style might not be a good fit for your family if your child struggles with memorization or heavy structure, if you prefer hands-on, interest-led, or creative approaches, or if you want a more relaxed or flexible homeschool rhythm. So that's a quick look at classical homeschooling. If this resonates with you, it can be a powerful way to build a strong academic foundation for your kids. Next time, we'll look at the Charlotte Mason method, a gentler, literature-rich approach that weaves beauty and nature into daily learning. If you found this video on classical homeschooling helpful, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to grab my free Homeschool Styles reference guide. It includes an overview of each style, plus a quiz to help you figure out which one might be the best fit for your family. The link is below. See you next time.